Hey guys, welcome back. It's Janine, and it's day 4 of our Connecting to Core. And last class, we started to think about and feel how using a prop for the inner thighs and bringing more attention to the inner thighs supports the pelvic floor and the deep core. So I hope you experience that, and we're going to continue with that today. So a light yoga block is helpful, or you could use a pillow. Just roll something up. We're going to have something between the legs. If you happen to have a soft Pilates ball, most of my students have, then you can always use that as well. We're going to start today on the hands and knees. We're going to do 2 exercises, kind of like what we did last week or last lesson, where we have something with flexion, something with movement of the spine, and something that is isometric or no movement, so that we learn both how to shorten the abdominals, but also then how to access them when they are staying in our aligned posture. So being able to access and contain and hold, what we call an isometric hold, is important, so that if you're lifting something up, you're picking up your grandchild, you're picking up a box, you're lifting things, you're moving things, you understand how you can support and brace with that isometric hold while you're still breathing and moving, right? So again, we want these things to be functional. So come on down onto your mat, bring your prop with you. I'm going to use my soft-ish yoga block. There are cork ones that are quite heavy, so this one is nice and light. I'm going to come on to the hands and the knees. So placing your prop between the inner thighs. Again, you could use a pillow or a rolled up towel or something like that. Bring your hands wider than your shoulders, just by a bit, and slightly ahead of them, again, just by a bit. So we don't want to be too narrow or too tight in our 4 points. The knees are going to be a little closer than maybe you're used to in this position, because the prop is only so wide. But I want you to be able to squeeze onto that prop. Okay, now the first exercise is sometimes called cat and cow stretch. In Pilates, we talk about spinal movement. So it's going to be a rounding of the spine, bringing the low back up, the belly wall in, squeezing onto that prop, and really hollowing or lifting your abdominals into this shape. We're going to breathe here. And then as we exhale, we're going to lengthen the sitting bones back, but we're not going to drop the belly. So I want to find just that nice neutral long position. So we inhale here. On the exhale, squeeze the block, tip the pelvis. That's that pubic bone to belly button. We did this in our lessons a few times ago. So we're really drawing those deep stomach muscles right up and in. Should feel a hollowing. We breathe here. And then we lengthen back out, letting the sitting bones widen, letting the pelvis roll out, but not going into saggy cat. Breathe in. Here we go. Squeeze the prop. Think of the ribs funneling down. Think of those 2 hip bones gathering closer together. There's a scooping inward. Breathe here. Lengthen back out without dropping into a saggy spine. So we're really trying to be aware of how we're moving and holding some integrity through the core as we lengthen back out, so that we can feel, okay, this is a big rounded shape. I'm really lifting my stomach wall. I'm really lifting and closing those abdominals. Now as I lengthen, I don't want to just let everything go, but find the movement that brings me back to a nice long spine. Good. So how did that go? Do you want a little break off your hands? Go ahead and come back and just give your wrists a little release. Okay, good job. So that was our flexion, or our movement of the spine with that closure of the abdominals. You can feel how it really is a part of that rib closure, pubic bone lifting. So we're rounding the back in those exercises because there is a change, a shape change that's coming through the abdominals, okay? If we just hold the abdominals in what's known as that isometric hold, then it's not going to change shape. But what I'm going to get us to do now is if you curl your toes, so you're on your hands, your knees, and your toes, we're going to squeeze the block and then just hover the knees. Now this is tough, I know. Take a breath and then lower down. So we're not rounding the spine, we're picking the whole shape up. Breathe in. As you exhale, squeeze the block. Think of that energy pulling straight up towards your low back. Pull that block upward using your inner thighs, using your deep core, and then release down. 3 to go. Breathe in, prepare. Exhale, squeeze, lift and hover. Hold and release. 2 to go. Breathe. Get nice and long. Feel the crown of your head reaching away. Now squeeze that block. Pull your abdomen up and in. Breathe again. And release. We got one more. Inhale, prepare. Shoulders away from your ears. Exhale, squeeze. Lift and hover. Hold 3. Hold 2. Hold 1. And release. Okay, let that go. I know it's a lot. It's a lot on the quadriceps as well. So we're using the muscles of the legs there too. You start to feel how a lot of these exercises are much more than just your abdominals, right? They're full body. We're incorporating inner thighs, core muscles of the hips start to get more involved with some of the things that we're going to be doing. And it starts to get you to understand that the body is always working synergistically and cooperatively with each other, with all the parts, even if we're holding in a static position. There's actually a lot going on. So focus with your breath, focus with your awareness. You don't have to do a lot. We did 5, and that's plenty. Start with those. I'll leave you with that today. Good luck, practice. Send me an email or leave a comment. Let me know how this is going for you, any questions. And I look forward to seeing you next time when we progress a little bit more along this core journey. All right, friends, take care. Bye for now.